Here at the Ludiverse podcast, we want you to have amazing sex, which is why I want to tell you about a popular sexual enhancer, the Promescent Delay Spray. It's been used by over 1 million men and it's clinically proven to help you last longer in bed. It takes the edge off and sensitivity levels down, so you don't have to worry about finishing too soon. No prescriptions, no mess, and no pesky subscriptions required. Just better sex, guaranteed with a 60-day money-back policy. I myself recently used this, and I gotta say, of all the products that I've tried, this has worked the best so far. It's super easy to use. It comes in a discreet package, and it's just super effective. I can personally endorse this product. See what the buzz is about for yourself, and grab a bottle along with all of your sexual wellness products, specially formulated arousal gels, to supplements, and more, all in one trusty spot that ships fast and discreet. Go to Promescent, Promescent.com. They've got an assortment of products to enhance your sex life. And if you use promo code Ludiverse15, you're going to get 15% off your purchase and free shipping. Once more, it's promo code Ludiverse, LEWDIVERSE 15 for 15% off your purchase, free shipping. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ludiverse podcast. I'm your host, Jay, and I have a guest that works in, well, it's a little different than most of the other people I've had interviews with. Would you care to introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, I'm Jeff Abraham. I'm the CEO of Promescent, which is a company that specializes in sexual wellness products.
So I got an email with a rundown of just some of the products, like delay spray, lubricants, arousal gel, and like the thing was called VitaFlux.
Yes, it's a nitric oxide supplement.
So is that, like, how is your product different than, say, Viagra or just the pills you can get over the counter at 7-Eleven?
Yeah, there's a big difference. Viagra is a prescription. Okay, so that creates or contains sildenafil, which is a heart medication which opens up valves, which has a whole series of side effects. A lot of the stuff that you can get, like you say, at 7-Eleven or at a lot of convenience stores, stuff like Green Lumber, they've actually, in a couple cases, been taken to task and paid ginormous fines of, in some cases, well over millions of dollars, because they have products that are laced with sildenafil, which is a prescription-only drug. And that's very dangerous because one of the reasons they're prescriptive is if someone has a heart condition, taking those things can kill you. Okay, so there are side effects. Now, if they're used under the proper circumstances, they do have very good benefit and they give you an erection. They are literally used to artificially pump blood in and engorge the penis in medication, but for a short period of time. VitaFlux is a nitric oxide supplement. It's both for men and women. We have two versions. What it's meant to do is lower your blood pressure by increasing blood flow, but naturally. It's not a drug called sildenafil, which artificially pumps blood into certain areas. What it does is it increases blood flow, which decreases plaque and opens up arteries. So it was primarily developed initially for recovering from stress, from recovering from workouts, because anyone who knows when you work out, you break down your muscles and they grow back stronger. But then you go through that period of soreness and everything. So the way that you recover from intense stress or even a vigorous workout is to get oxygenated rich blood into that area, which promotes healing. So VitaFlux does that, but it does it by 3 amino acids, which are L-carnitine, L-citrulline, and L-arginine. So it's natural. So there's no side effects. It's also infused with magnesium and zinc, which have known very good sexual properties. Now, one of the benefits of VitaFlux, both men and women have an endothelial layer. It's on all your arteries and all your veins. And then when you're young, it's very supple. It's very soft. It allows the absorption of hormones and good things, but also keeps out, bacteria, viruses, bad things. As we age, we reach our mid to late 30s, it starts to harden. That epithelial layer hardens. It's still good for keeping bad things out, but when it hardens, it then makes it harder for hormones to absorb. Therefore, women start, getting a lot of vaginal dryness. They don't, naturally lubricate, so they have to use tons of artificial lubricants. They tend to gain body fat, lose muscle. Same thing with guys. So it actually is very good for people in their mid to late 30s when they start that aging process to keep them more youthful. But because it increases blood flow, it doesn't just do that into your extremities. It also does it into your sexual organs as well. So men maintain erections much better. They have a higher degree of arousal. For women, it increases the intensity of orgasm while at the same time giving them higher libido. So the benefits are both sexual and general wellness, recovering from workout, that type of stuff. Plus, women find that they tend to moisturize naturally a lot better without using a lot of excess lubrication. So it is a radical departure out of our ointments and creams and everything else that we had and successfully marketed for a while, but it has been wildly successful. It's now our number 2 best-selling product behind our delay spray. It's one of our newer products, but it quickly catapulted into the number 2 best-selling product because it is so effective.
Wow, that's mighty impressive. And the fact that it's natural is a big appeal to it, because a lot of people get kind of sketchy when it comes to adding in a lot of chemicals into their bodies.
Oh, absolutely. There's a reason why things are made to be prescription drugs, because they have side effects, in some cases, fairly significant side effects. So you have to be very careful when you're using stuff off-label. People need to understand something. There's on-label drugs and off-label drugs. Off-label means this isn't what it was initially intended for, but it showed results, so it's used for something, and it can have significant side effects. A lot of people don't realize that Viagra wasn't developed as an ED drug. It was a drug to help break down plaque and help clean up arteries. And so when they had a lot of these patients on Viagra, they were like, well, I don't know what it's doing for my heart, but I'm getting a massive erection every time I use this. So Pfizer backed into Viagra. They didn't literally have it as an ED drug. It was developed for something different. And one of the side effects, it gave people erections. So it's been overprescribed, and people have to be very careful with it because it does have significant side effects. It can cause heart attacks. It can, a lot of people report this blue haze and massive headaches and back pain. So it's a very intense drug, and you have to be extremely careful with it. So one of the things that's really helped us is VitaFlux is totally natural. It's just amino acids and magnesium and zinc. So there's a lot less risk involved. You either get benefit of it, or if you don't, then it's quickly, well, for some reason, my body doesn't react to this, but there's no harmful side effects. So that's been really important for us. And I want to emphasize that there's no miracle anything out there. People's body chemistries are different. There are certain people that will react to something, go, it's the best thing I ever had, maybe because their body's deficient in something. And there are other people that will take the same particular combination of herbs, or whether it's a prescription drug or whatever, and not have the same effect. Anyone who ever says there's anything out there that works for 100% of the people is just not real. That's not practical. People's bodies are different. Their body chemistries are different. Their reactions are different. But we know through clinical trials on like our delay spray and our VitaFlux that the majority of people find satisfactory results with these products.
When did your company start? You're the CEO. Are you also one of the founders, or you just happen to move up in the chain?
It was very interesting. So I was a semiconductor engineering executive. I owned a semiconductor engineering business. You go, how does that translate into being CEO of Promescent? My next door neighbor was a urologist, and he literally developed this product. And I retired at age 53. This was 11 years ago. And I decided I have lupus. I've had it for 30 years, and I wanted to retire early and enjoy my life because I was very fortunate. I had some success. So I went to see him for my yearly physical. He was my neighbor. He was my doctor. He was my good friend. And he's like, hey, I developed this product, and I know you're a good businessman. I don't know much about marketing. Can you help me? And that was Promescent. So I got involved. I invested. And since I just retired, I had also been a single dad, and my son left and went to college. So it was like this perfect storm of, I retire from working at a very successful company, working very hard and long hours. And then my son leaves and goes to college. excuse me, and I was a single dad. So I went from being busy 24/7 to having nothing to do. So I wrote him a business plan after I invested, and it was a pretty sound business plan. Things took off. We started succeeding. One thing led to another. He asked me to come over and take over the company, and I took over the company. Back then, all we had was the delay spray. But as that became very successful, we developed a very good reputation and people really liked us. It was just a natural, because a lot of times when guys only last a minute or 2 minutes, they really don't need a lot of lube. And then when they start lasting 10, 12, 15 minutes, they're like, hey, wait a second, I need some lube. So they came to us and said, can you help us out? So we developed a lube. That went really well. We then had condoms. We then had VitaFlux. We then had women's arousal gel. We now have a line of vibrators and toys. So what happened with us was, because we had such a good reputation, people believed in us and knew our products were good and we stood behind them. Every time we introduce a product, it seems to take off immediately, because our customer base are sexually active people. And, they're looking for a place where they can buy everything that they need without reservation, knowing the company stands behind it and the products are quality. So for me, the challenge moving forward is to make sure that every time we add a product, it's as good, if not better, than everything else in that category. If it is, then people buy it unquestioned. They're like, well, hey, I use this, might as well get it here with everything else. So that's been very good for us. And, we made a very strategic move. I wish I could say I was this smart, but we kind of backed into it. Right before the pandemic hit, we were growing so rapidly, I decided to pull all of our logistics internal. So we do all our own shipping 7 days a week. We have all of our inventory. We're not relying on anyone else. So therefore, we went to free shipping. We have total control. That's the best thing we ever did. So when the pandemic hit and people were locked inside, naturally, you're going to have a lot more activity, so to speak, because they weren't able to go to gyms. I go, hey, it's the next best workout I can think of, And so our business mushroomed during the pandemic. I mean, we doubled during the pandemic. And then after the pandemic ended, we were able to keep that business and then just continue to grow. So things have been going very, very well. I mean, I'm really happy. We've been in Target for 5 years now. We just launched in 1,000 Walmart stores with our delay spray in July. Last week, we just introduced our entire product line in GNC nationwide. So we've gone from 1,000 retail outlets to 7,000 retail outlets now in the last year. So not only are we a dominant presence on Amazon, our website is phenomenal. We now are in 7,000 stores, nationwide. So this company has staying power. This company truly is a brand that people recognize and that people believe in and that people trust.
That's a heck of a success story from, two neighbors developing a product together to 7,000 stores. And I saw in the information that was emailed to me, you got a couple thousand medical professionals saying, yeah, we endorse this. This is good stuff.
Oh, yeah. We have 2,200 urologists that recommend Promescent by name in their protocol when people come to see them. They want to last longer. They need help with, blah, blah. It mentions Promescent by name. We're the only company that has that medical credibility because we have clinical trials. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars doing clinical trials that are IRB certified, which is Institutional Review Board, which is the highest standard of a test, which means that the results are going to be valid. But then the results were also statistically significant, meaning they're outside of that range of it could be just coincidental. So we're very proud of that, our products are manufactured in a class 100 clean room. They're all pharmaceutical grade manufacturing. Our ingredients are all pharmaceutical grade. Everything about this company is first rate. And, we're going to continue on that path because we came out of the urological community. I wish I was kidding when I tell you this, but I'm not. We did a study one day early on when we had our delay spray at what competitive products were out there. I wish I was joking. Deer antler extract, bull testicle derivative, shark fin. I'm like, who in the world? I mean, like, what? But sadly, those products are out there. There's a market because people are desperate for better intimacy.
You hear a lot of stories about shark fin and stuff like that. And a lot of people will be like, that's all fake. That's just a marketing scheme. But you've got well over 1 million satisfied customers. You've got over 2,000 medical professionals backing it up. You've got clinical trials. I mean, you are proven to work.
Oh, there's no doubt this product works. These products work. And, we have people like Ian Kerner endorsing our product. He's called America's sex therapist. He's been on Good Morning America 70 times. He wrote the book, She Comes First, which is like the Bible of sexual medicine. On our advisory board, we have Dr. Jed Kamenetsky from New York City. We have Larry Levine, who's the chief urologist at Rush Memorial in Chicago. We have Dr. Wayne Hellstrom, who is the president of the International Society of Sexual Medicine. These guys are on our board of directors. I mean, when you look at this company, you're like, whoa. I've had other people say to me, how in the world did you get that group of doctors on your board? I said, because they believe in us, they know us, and they trust us. And that's, you do things right, you act in an ethical fashion over a period of time, and people observe you, they want to be a part of it.
Well, that is definitely a strong endorsement for any kind of product with that kind of backing.
Yeah. We're proud of that. That took a lot of hard work. And, those people don't endorse your product until they literally have used it themselves. They've given it to patients. They see the data. That stuff doesn't come lightly. It takes a lot of hard work. And, those people, to their credit, have to see proof before they're going to put their name with anyone.
So do you have any products in the pipelines that might be working on in the future? You've got quite an array already.
Yeah, we're always keeping our eyes open. We're always looking for different products. We have our spray right now is a delay spray. Okay, so it comes in a bottle, and that type of stuff. And it's eutectic, meaning it literally, there were sprays in the past, they allowed you to last longer, but they did by numbing you up. And then they also transferred and numbed your partner. We have a eutectic formula that changes the crystalline structure from lidocaine from a solid to an oil aqueous form, which allows it to penetrate the dermis or stratum corneum. So the man maintains a higher degree of surface sensitivity and it doesn't transfer to the female, which is great. So we now are coming up with a product in addition to it, which is a PE wipe, which is individual foil packet that has it. So instead of having to carry a bottle, say you're going to a club for an evening, or say you're going to your girlfriend's for the weekend and you don't want to carry a little bottle around with you, they're little foil, these little wipes that you can just put in your pocket. They fit in your wallet and you can bring those. Those get introduced in September of this year. And we have very high expectations for that particular product line. We're working on a line of CBD lubes right now that should be available, if not later this year, early next year. We're working on a couple products right now that are lubes for women that also have some products or some properties that help address yeast infections and that are more pH balanced, that actually help women with medical conditions. So we're constantly looking at different areas that we can bring relief. We're constantly looking and talking to our customer base, asking them if there are products they would like to see us develop that aren't currently in the market.
The Ludiverse is sponsored by the House of Algos. Go to gumroad.com/House of Algos for a wide number of recorded classes on BDSM topics, including mindfucking, negotiation, knife play, fire play, flogging, whips, developing your dom or sub side, finding play partners, and much more. And use discount code COMMUNICATE, COMMUNICATE, for 10% off of any purchase. That's House of Algos, HOUSEOFALGOS. I look forward to seeing the kind of products that you come out with. I will definitely be looking over your website. And you said your products are available in stores or on your website, all made in the USA.
All made in the USA. Everything about us, we're total American. Our products are made in Las Vegas, Southern California, and Texas. But I always tell people, if you're interested in our products, start at our website because there's tons of information. It's www.promescent.com, PROMESCENT. So you go there, and the first thing you see are clinical trials and studies and doctors talking about the products and showing you the proper way to use the products. So even if you want to get it at a location, and then you go there And if you go, well, I'd rather get it today, I'd rather go pick it up or whatever, you just punch in your zip code. It'll show you within a 10, 15-mile radius of where you live, the closest stores, but it'll also show you which products those stores carry. So you don't have to waste your time going, oh, I drove over there, I wanted VitaFlux, this store to, so it'll show you after you type in your zip code, what stores are close to you, what they carry. So no matter where you're going to end up buying it, it's good to start at our website because number one, it'll educate you. Number two, it'll give you clinical trials. Number three, it'll show you the retail location so you don't have to start calling and driving around that which products are at which location. You know, we're also on Amazon, we're also on eBay, but all that you can find out from our website. So that's why I always tell people start at the website because no matter where you buy it from, I want to make sure you're buying the right products for the right reason. And that's, you determine that through the information on our website. I also want you, and when you buy our products, there's always a QR code that if you scan it, it takes you to a video on our website about that particular product, which show the proper ways to use it. Because we've had situations where someone will go, you know, I tried your delay spray and, you know, it didn't work for me. It made me too numb. I go, well, it's not supposed to make you numb. And I go, how many sprays you use? They go, well, I used 10 sprays. I'm like, what? I go, that's for someone with hardcore PE. You told me, oh, well, I didn't read the instructions. I go, read the instructions. You know what I mean? And I'm as guilty of that as anyone. I know there've been times when I was younger, you know, I went to, you know, IKEA and I bought a chair. I had to assemble it. And I go, oh, this looks pretty simple. Then I put it together and there's still 2 screws and 2 bolts after. It's like, hey, those must be important. Where were those supposed to go? Then I got to take it back apart and put it back together. So I'm as guilty as anyone. You go, oh, this is easy. You know, I know how to use it. Read the instructions. It's very important to use any product properly. So that's why I always suggest that people go to the website as a place to start.
Well, the website is it's very well laid out. I mean, it's mobile optimized, which is important because a lot of people do most of their web surfing through their phone or tablet.
81% for us.
Oh, wow.
81% of our traffic to our site is through mobile devices. When I started this company in 2010, 11% was through mobile devices. Can you believe the difference in 11 years?
As much as I see people walking around with their phones in their hands, yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah. I'm at the age, I'm 64. I have trouble reading my text messages, let alone buying something. I go to my desktop, okay? It's like I need a magnifying glass. I'm going to do something on my phone.
Yeah, I'm 40, and I have to zoom in on my phone a few times.
Yeah. I have all the fonts set to real big. My son laughs.
Like you've got all of your information in one spot. Everything is laid out in very simple terms. The product finder, being able to put in the zip code and find out what products are near you. Not enough companies do that.
It's insane. I mean, I know I've been in a situation sometimes where they go available at Walmart. And then I go, oh, great. I go to Walmart. They go, oh, this Walmart doesn't carry it. I'm like, what? Which one does? Oh, the only one that does in this area is 30 miles away. I go, I'm not driving 30 miles. We want to make this process as seamless as possible. We want you to get it in the quickest possible fashion. We want you to use it correctly. So our website is designed to optimize that experience. We're not in this to sell everybody one bottle. You know, we're in this to have people help themselves, to have better intimacy, to hopefully incorporate these products into their general lifestyle, into their intimacy on a regular basis. But the only way that's going to happen if we give you an ease of acquiring the product and we allow to use it correctly. So it's in our best interest and our customers' best interest to make sure that A, you're able to get it seamlessly, and B, you're able to use it correctly.
And I saw that you have a subscription service for your products too, which that could come in handy for a lot of people because it takes out the risk of, oh, I forgot to order my thing and I'm out. It's just, oh, the thing arrived. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot to order, but here it is.
Here's where we're different, and you'll laugh when I tell you this. So early on, we didn't have a subscription service because I think everyone's been through a position at some point in your life where you go, oh, I ordered some vitamins. You don't even realize it. And you have to unclick some box and they start sending it to you, even if you don't want it. So we have a subscription service, but we're very different than most. Number one, you have to go through 3 separate, are you sure you want a subscription service to get it? Okay, that's number one. Then even when you get it, even if you go to our site and you subscribe and you're on subscription, 2 weeks before it ships, you get an email. Hey, your thing is scheduled to ship in 2 weeks. Do you still want it, right on schedule? Have you not been using it as regularly? You want to delay it, or do you want to cancel it, whatever? If you don't respond to that, a week later, you get it again saying, hey, we're just checking. We don't want you to get anything you're not really ready for. Then 3 days before it ships, you get it again. Then the day it ships, you get it again. So there's 4 separate occasions that we give you to opt out. And people go, why are you so insistent? Because everyone hears these horror stories. Oh my God, I didn't want it. It just kept adding up and they're shipping me stuff. I want to make sure that if you get Promescent because you want it, you ordered it, and you're still using it. And people are refreshed by that. And they go, wow, a company that actually isn't trying to sling as much product out the door as quickly as possible, that they're really trying to do the right thing. Because I know how I feel if I order something and I go, I didn't put that on continuity. They go, oh, you had to uncheck some box or you're automatically on continuity. That's BS. We want to make sure that the only people receiving our product want it or using it and ordering it, and they're totally comfortable with it.
Well, that's good business ethics.
Correct. I treat people in all areas of my life how I'd want to be treated. And I wouldn't want somebody just shipping me product I didn't want and I didn't even know I had ordered before. So that's why we're very proud of that. We give you every opportunity to say, well, for whatever reason, I'm not using quite as much. I just had surgery. I'm not sexually active right now. Or in every relationship, sometimes intimacy waxes and wanes. You know what I mean? Like you go through periods where you're busy with work and you and your partner, you and your wife or whatever, or you and your husband just aren't. So you might go, rather than every month, I want it 2 months the next time. So we want to make sure that you don't have a bunch of bottles piled up that you're not using.
Well, it's very refreshing to hear because, like you said, most business models are sling the product out as fast as you can get it and make as much money as you can.
Yeah.
Seems like your whole goal is we just want people to have better sex.
That's absolutely. I really and truly believe that's the best way long-term to be successful.
That's good to hear. Aside from the fact that your product seems to be amazing, seem to be good people to work with in that regard.
It's important for us to maintain great relationships with the people that use our products, to have great relationships with influencers who have access to people. Because, if all you see is a 10-second screen roll or all you hear or see is a digital ad, you really don't get the in-depth knowledge of it like we're doing today, talking about what went into our products. This is our lifeblood. This is what makes us successful. Our shows where somebody has a relationship with their audience and allow us to connect.
Well, I, for one, am very happy to be discussing your product with you to my listeners, and I think that they would do well to look into your products.
Yeah, all we say is go to the website, do your research. If you think there's validity, if you think that it's something might benefit from, try it. We have a 60-day money-back guarantee. If it doesn't work, there's no risk. That's how confident we are.
And with free shipping, that means there's absolutely no risk.
There's absolutely no risk, exactly. So, we stand behind our product. We're successful for a reason. We have good products. They've developed through science. They're safe, they're effective, they're cost effective, and most importantly, we stand behind them.
All right. Well, that's Promescent.com. I mean, their tagline right below the name says "Better in Bed."
That's our product. It's funny because we only had one product. We only had the delay spray. The tagline was "Make Love Longer," but then all of a sudden we started adding all these products. So "Make Love Longer" became the tagline of the delay spray, and then VitaFlux is "Make Love Healthier." The condoms are "Make Love Safer." The lubes are "Make Love Smoother" with the lube. You know what I mean? So, and then the overall arching theme of the company is "Better in Bed." You'll laugh. We just moved into a brand new 8,000 square foot facility at the base of the McCarran Airport in Las Vegas. It has a 3,000 square foot giant warehouse, the whole thing. On the roof, it's right in the flight path. On the roof, there's a giant 15-foot Promescent in lettering with a logo underneath and "Better in Bed" underneath that. So you can see it right from the air flying in and out. People are like, "That's hilarious." And I go, "Yeah, it is."
That's high profile marketing right there.
Great marketing. Great marketing. Yeah.
All right. You said you were started making adult toys.
Yes.
About how long ago did that start?
Oh, that just started in July, the first week in July.
Hmm.
There's all kind of vibrating cock rings and vibrators and toys and these male masturbation devices. You know, some of the male masturbation devices are specifically designed, and they have programs that designed to help men last longer, you know, to take the stress away of being with a partner and allow you to focus on, you know, just lasting longer and not having that anxiety. We have a line, even our vibrators, of clit suckers. They have this mild air pressure where it literally sucks on the clit. And those have been phenomenally successful. And there's a huge market for these vibrating cock rings, because not only when a man uses a cock ring does it give him a much firmer erection, but it vibrates and tickles the clitoris, you know, while you're making love to your partner. I've had to expand my sexual horizons since I took over this company. I'm like, oh my, I didn't even realize there were some of these things available. You know, I'm like, whoa.
Well, I mean, the fact that you're willing to embrace that there's a bigger world of bedroom pleasures than just basic sex.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, the one thing is, and maybe it comes from age, is you lose the ego. It's not about you. It's all about pleasuring your partner. And I always tell people, as a man, if you really focus on your partner, you get credit for being sensitive and caring. But at the same time, when you please your woman, when she's having frequent, intense orgasm, she's like, I want to make sure I don't lose this dude. So you get rewarded because she's like, I want to make sure he's happy because I like what he does for me. So you get the credit for being caring and considerate. But at the same time, you're also making sure you're getting yours, because if she's happy, she's going to make sure you're happy, you know?
Yeah, it's all a lot of give and take. And
yeah, so sometimes women go, oh, you're so, you know, compassionate, you're so sensitive, you're really focused on my needs. I'm like, I'm a giver.
Well, there you go. No matter what you have in your pants, Promescent has a product for you.
That's exactly right. And it's been a very, very rewarding journey these last 11 years. And I believe that as far as we've come, we're not nearly where we're headed shortly, as we continue to do the right thing, stand by our products, innovate, add new products, and just expand the avenues. Because, you know, going from 1,000 to 7,000 retail outlets in the space of a year is a huge endeavor. And it's been rewarding. But at the same time, when people go, congratulations, I go, congratulations isn't in order yet. Once we're successfully integrated and blowing the doors out, then it's time to go, congratulations. Then we move on and add more stores. But you got to solidify where you're at and make sure you can show these retailers that we move product, that we literally move product off the shelves.
Well, I wish you all the luck in the future endeavors.
I appreciate that. And I thank you for this opportunity to speak with your audience.
Well, this is something that I think that they'd be interested in. And honestly, I fully intend on looking deeper into your products myself.
Excellent. Anything you need from me, let me know. I also want to tell your listeners, I'll give you my, you know, Instagram, Facebook, you know, Twitter accounts. Reach out. Feel free to ask me any questions, direct message me. I answer everything. I'm not one of these people that like leave it for my underlings. One of the things that's made this company successful is the fact that I literally talk to people all day, every day about our products, people that use our products. That's how I learn what we need to go into, what we need to do better, other areas we need to. On Twitter, it's Jeff Abraham 111, JEFFABRAHAM. Same thing on Instagram, and on Facebook, it's just Jeff Abraham. So I'm out there, I'm available, and each one it says CEO of Promescent, you know, and feel free, make comments, ask me direct questions. I answer everything.
Okay, and I'll have those links in the show notes at the end of the show. So that way, if anybody would rather just click a link, I'll have that.
I can be entertaining as well sometimes on Twitter and Instagram. I'm unapologetic. You know what I mean? I live my life. Everything I say isn't fact, but everything I say is based in my journey as a truth to me. You know what I mean? And I'm honest and open, and I address anything and answer anything. It's important for me. That's how I want to live.
Well, that's a good way to live.
Yeah.
You know, you spend all your time, you know, trying to please everybody else. You kind of lose track of pleasing yourself.
Not only that, I always tell people honesty is not the best policy, it's the only policy. I don't understand people that BS and lie, because telling the truth, it endures. You never have to worry about it because it's consistent. It's always the same. If you BS someone, you tell someone something that's not true, you then have to categorize what the lie was, who you told it to. You know what I mean? I don't have time for that.
Absolutely.
I tell you exactly the truth. That way I don't have to go, oh, what did I tell her? I told her the truth. It's the same thing, you know?
Oh, yeah. I'm the exact same way.
Yeah.
Because it's so much easier to remember the truth.
Yeah.
Because I have a horrible memory.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate this opportunity, and let's definitely stay in touch.
Well, I do appreciate you talking to me. And in the future, if you get some more products out and you want to, you know, extol their virtues, by all means, you're welcome to come back on and talk about all that.
I appreciate that, my man. Have a good rest of the week.
Thank you. You do the same.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. If anybody has any questions or comments, like you said, go ahead and, you know, contact him at the links that'll be in the show notes. You can contact me, Facebook, Twitter, email, ludiversepodcast@gmail.com. We've got merch in the stores. Feel free to review us wherever you podcast. Shows are going up on YouTube. I mean, we're everywhere. It's not hard to find us. You do a Google search for Ludiverse, we're out there. It's not hard. But until next time, keep communicating, keep each other safe, and just remember to have fun. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Ludiverse. If you have any questions or comments, contact us on Twitter or Facebook. Just search for the Ludiverse. Remember to rate and review wherever you listen. If you want to help support the show, please consider donating to our Patreon.